Yeah. Islam. I'm trying to be your friend, man. That's right. Trying to be your friend, bro. Help me out. Meet me halfway. Come on. I wanna be your friend. Peace and love. Let me be your friend. Peace and love. I said you ain't never met a more like me, and you ain't never ever gonna meet one again. Now let me be your friend. Peace and love. Let me be your friend. Peace and love. I said you ain't never met a more like me, and you ain't never ever gonna meet one again. I wanna be your friend. Peace and love. Now let me be your friend. Peace and love. Hey yo, I used to be a thug until I met the prophet. Now I'm all about love, truth, peace, and freedom till I return to Allah. One day we gon' meet him. I'm all about justice, that's the focus of the message. Sometimes Asiatics make me wanna forget the lessons. I be all up in my passion from all the Moorish passion. All things considered, I start laughing. A grown man with a ponytail, another calling us Neanderthal, and he all pale. I mean, for real, this is what it come to, my brother. We got nothing better to do than talk down to each other. Yeah, we can be scholarly or we can get gutter. We are the children of one father, and the breast of one mother has nursed us all. And first of all, we beefing while the peen trying to murk us all. You need to chill, my brother. Tell the elder the same, cause on the real, my man, I'm really about them things. I can take the feds off and get back in the low and return to the state where they used to call me dope. But no, I'm rolling with the prophet of Allah. I want love, not war. Standing on that floor, and I'm holding the square. The compass and the axe, that might be too deep. Yo, let's not get off track. See, our prophet was an adept. Do you know what that is? An Egyptian adept is a brother who lived by the universal science developed in the Nile. We call it Islamism, but it's the same, my child. Sit at the foot of a master. I train you up, but I might have to bang you up. I still love you, and those that's talking that this ain't Islam. Everything the prophet brought is in the Quran. All that other stuff, prostrate and cover up, is just a start. The nearest place to me, the law's the heart. You can dress like MWTv, or you can dress like an Arab. By the Moorish American modern unifies the word. You can say what you want about Dr. York, but he gave you different variations of the same book. You don't appreciate that. You won't appreciate me. Appreciate the holy and divine Drew Ali. People refuse to admit it. He the first that ever did it. Europeans hope that the Moors will forget it, but we here, strong, alive and well, resurrected from hell, with a story to tell. So pay attention and listen, and consider the fact. You know it's humanly impossible for you to be black. I guess a Chinaman is yellow, a Mexican is brown. Just think for a second how ridiculous it sounds. We can turn it around, but we must unite. It's okay to disagree, but we don't have to fight. Cause if we have to fight, you know how we
I'm about to get it.
Still learning to love. No, I'm not there yet. So work with me, fam, and I'ma work with you. And let's all work together and do what we gotta do.
Yeah. I'm late.
When the prophet left the flesh, we got an Asiatic.
Starlight, I gotta go at your sister. Yep. We gotta call it out. We gotta call it out. I hope y'all sharing this. Yeah, I hope y'all sharing this.
Oh yeah, I wanna be your friend. Peace and love. Let me be your friend. Peace and love. I said you ain't never, and you would never.
I got Booch and Elderberry tonight.
And you ain't never ever gonna meet one again. I wanna be your friend.
Wow, Bay and Elderberry.
Peace and love. Oh yeah, you ain't never met a more like this. And you ain't never ever gonna meet one again. Now let me be your friend.
Peace and love.
Now let me be your friend. Peace and love. I wanna be your friend. Yeah. Let me be your friend. All these men, we ain't trying to be enemies. I wanna be your, so let me be your, I wanna be your friend. Hey, yeah.
What it do, family? Yeah. So, family, my apology for being tardy. My apology for being tardy. You know what I mean? I'd rather be tardy than tarded. You know what I mean? It's always better to be tardy than tarded. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, family. This is the day. The day is here. Now, listen, I am not accusing, and I'm going to say this throughout the show, I am not accusing Yvette Cornell of anything. You know what I'm saying? I'm simply making an observation. That's all I'm doing. I'm making an observation, and this observation is about if Yvette Cornell is true to what an activist is, or is something else going on. That's what this is about tonight. That's what this is about tonight. People ask me over and over and over when I'm going to do a show about Yvette. Will I cover Yvette? This, that, and the third. Well, tonight we're going to cover it, family. What do you think? What do you think? As the people come in, please put your thumbs up. What do you think? Do you think that she is legitimately fighting for liberation as it relates to reparations? And then, family, let me ask this. Peace, that drink look good. Yeah, man. Listen. A sidebar, Divine Law, sidebar. So my wife, she actually grow her own elderberries, right? And one time I cut the elderberries. One time I cut the elderberry bush. I hope she ain't watching. She started crying. You know what I'm saying? I said, oh my God. She cried about the bushes. You know what I'm saying? She cried about the bushes, you know what I'm saying? I was like, oh, man, because the bushes were so high. They were so high. And I was like, I didn't realize, because these bushes, they wasn't in the garden. They were in the front yard, you know what I mean? They was tall as me. I mowed them demonstrations down. Man, she came home. And, man, she broke down and just tears rolled down her face, man. I was like, man, she take this thing real serious. And I was like, man, so you know what I had to do? I had to go to a nursery and buy elderberry bushes. Man, elderberry bushes is not cheap. You know what I mean? They are not cheap, man. I'm telling you, I think they was like $70 a pop. I ain't had no bread like that, but it was either $70 a pop or stay beefing for the next month until I can go ahead and get these bushes. I think I got about 2-3 of them, but I cut down about 4 of them. I cut down about 4 of them. I mean, I cut the grass like the Mexican cut grass. Do you know how they might, when they first came and they had them cheap lawnmowers and you gotta lift them up to cut the gems? You lift them up. You make it do a wheelie. Yeah, I did the Mexican cut on them demonstration. I lift that joint up, make it do a wheelie, and then go fast. I'm laughing. I hope she don't see this because she gonna think I'm making fun of it. But I'm just telling the story. Yeah, I cut that joker down, man. Oh, she was hurt. But that ain't the only thing. She also had these things growing in the backyard, these vines, and these vines that you can make a bird nest. I mean, I forget what they call, but they were growing all through the backyard. They were, man. I'm telling you, I took. Man, may Allah forgive me for this foolishness. I grabbed the vines and just pulled them down. Yeah, that broke her up too. You know what I'm saying? But I appreciate it a little bit more today, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm drinking elderberry straight from our elderberry bush. Yes, indeed. And so when my wife make the elderberry, you know what I mean? When my wife make the elderberry, she also sweeten it. You know, she sweeten it with our very own honey. Yeah, we got our very own honey. We got some honeybees. Good goodness gracious. You know what I mean? We got real honeybees. You know, because just like in the internet, wannabes don't make no honey. We got real bees. Yeah. So she sweeten this thing with honey. And the bees pollinate from in the area. Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm giving y'all a lesson now. I'm Dr. Sebi up in this demonstration. Dr. Sebi B. So the bees, see, the reason why things can help you in one way and may not help another person, you know what I'm saying, is because you get ill from your environment and you get healed from your environment. You follow what I'm saying? So when the bees pollinate in this area, the foolishness that gets into your system in this area is countered by the bees in this area. You follow what I'm saying? So we got the honey, we got the elderberry. So watch out, COVID. Yeah, we fight that COVID now. Yeah, we fight it now because we got everything from the area. And I learned from Dr. Sebi. Dr. Sebi said where a gorilla gets all of its nutrients from is the environment in which it exists. And it just makes sense. And so when people be coming for Dr. Sebi, I don't be looking at his get well soon pill. I be looking at his philosophy. His philosophy is what I look at. And the part of the philosophy that I like that he mentioned is the part where everything gets their medicine from their environment. You know what I'm saying? And so once you've taken out your environment, you're actually taking out the place that could actually provide you healing. So that's why everybody should have a garden. Everybody should have a garden because what the nutrients that it takes from the environment is the same environment that gives you colds, infections, and et cetera, et cetera. So, you know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah. So I like the philosophy. You know what I mean? I like the philosophy. The philosophy is on point. So anyway, family, I hope y'all feel good tonight. You know what I mean? Yeah. I hope y'all feel good tonight. What do y'all think? Did Starlight mention about what she think about what her name is? Yvette. Y'all think? Listen, family. I'm of the thought that in this social media age that everybody should be critiqued. That's how I look at it. And I don't think, bar none, I mean, critique me if you want to. Some of the things that I'm going to say tonight, in fact, is going to, some of the things that I'm going to say tonight is going to say, hold up, but what about you? And I'm saying the same thing. What about me? That's right. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying the same exact thing. So with that being said, I started a little bit late, so let me just kick in with the show real quick. Family. Here we go. Let's kick in with the show. Family. And I didn't really mean to do this slide first, but family. First thing that we all got to understand is marketing. Majority of people on Facebook, YouTube, and that are content creators, they are somewhat good marketers. Somewhat. I say somewhat. So you have to ask yourself, what is the gimmick? Feel me? So, and I'm going to rewind this because we're going to take it from the top. The gimmick of Umar is children. The gimmick of Umar is children, that he's going to save little quote unquote black boys. That's his gimmick. That's his marketing point. Do you feel what I'm saying? If you understand marketing, you understand that that's the foundation of his marketing. Now, when it spiderwebs out, he also talk about race relations as it relates to intermixing with what he call bunnies, snow bunnies. You know what I'm saying? And then he might intermingle that with always trying to big up the sisters because he know the sisters is going to dig deep into the purse. And then he's going to intermingle that with being the Prince of Pan-Africanism that would give him the edge on being pro-African, pro-people. But the foundation of his market campaign is educating little quote-unquote black boys. That's the gimmick, right? So anytime that he fall off the deep end and make a blunder, he gonna always go back to the gimmick. This is about black boys. Give me your grits so I can educate your black boys. He's always going to go back to the gimmick. If he goes too far on Nick Cannon, goes too far on any of these broadcasts that he go on, he always going to fall flat right back to the original gimmick. This is how you know these are gimmicks. Now, Tariq Nasheed, his gimmick is, I'm an entertainer, but I'm also interested in fighting for your social advancement. And that's his whole gimmick. When he's an entertainer, so he can always fall back and say that, oh no, I was just having fun. You know what I'm saying? I was just making satire. And you hear that many a times from him. So we always fall back that I'm an entertainer. You know what I mean? I'm making satire. No, I'm not for real. I'm making that satire. But that is the safety net so he can go out and talk about, we're going to build this for social advancement. We're going to do this and that for social advancement. We're going to have rallies. But what do you need to understand is that all of these things that are being done is, at the end of the day, is a part of the job. So if one has a gimmick, they also are going to have a billboard. Umar's billboard is the school as of yet. The billboard for Tariq is the Hidden History Museum. Now, let's get to Yvette Cornell. What is her gimmick? Her gimmick has become, just a few years now, 2019, her gimmick has become reparations. But she's been around longer than that, but that's her gimmick. Now, the only difference between Yvette, and this is my opinion, the only difference between Yvette, Tariq, and Umar is that Yvette do not have a billboard yet. In other words, her next move will be to get a billboard. And what is that? A central location to centralize and say that I am really about this. You feel what I'm saying? I am really about this. However, because of what I researched, that may not happen because it's too risky. It's too risky for the public to have direct access to someone moving like this all times. And let me say it this way. It's too risky for the public to have access at all times to a person that's moving like this. It's just too risky because you never know when you're going to be discovered. You never know. You know what I'm saying? Yes. You never know when you're going to be discovered. So family, tonight we're talking about Yvette Cornell. And this is all of my opinion of what I think is going on. So let the boogeyman commence. Let the boogeyman commence. If you will allow the boogeyman is about to commence.
Certified boogeyman. Certified boogeyman. Certified boogeyman.
Check 1, 2.
Certified boogeyman.
We're gonna speak the truth, regardless of whether you like that truth or not.
Certified boogeyman.
We're in the 21st century. How people are poor, hungry, ragged, naked, and out of doors. How people are being murdered on a daily and consistent basis.
It's been a long time, I shouldn't have left you. A couple weak frauds that crept through. They put the bean on me, I didn't neglect you. Time's up, allow me to bless you. They yell reparations and they got your attention. A failed clown rapper, they claim he was pimping, but you don't know he was a fed since 9-0. Cosmo Flex was a front for 5-0.
You can't get dropped
Man,
in
ain't
a
nobody
pit of
doing no show
snakes
like this.
Certified boogeyman.
and trying to figure out which one has the venom sac under his tongue. This one is not poison.
FBA was laughing when he went to the Romans. I guess they don't understand that they own them. Lying on GS, claiming I stalked them. That ain't true, cause if it was, I'd have chalked them. I'm simply a blogger, researching for the family. Cause people look like me, continue to scam me. Continue to scam us in the name of liberation. But when I call them out, they claim that I'm hating. Who says I smacked somebody? Poke your chest out, then slide thousands of miles. Check it out.
For a peace order.
boogeyman.
For a peace order. I'm back like I left something
and you kept frontin', sick the Romans on me, but they ain't really stopping nothing. How you say you slap a man and go get a peace order? Something ain't adding up. Now I'm in the deep water. I'ma take a deep dive, see who you really are. Who named you Tariq Nasheed, affiliated with the God? Nah, you ain't a Sunni or the nation, but ain't nobody question why you perpetrate. See, early in the 90s, they put you on a mission. Hip-hop was conscious, you came with something different. Goofy clown rap to take it off track, but you was so back, nobody
Thank you,
followed
Saul.
that. So they made another character, turned into a thug. From Cosmo to K-Fact, but still got no love. Album went wood, it was trash, no good. You was hip-hop police, snitching on the hood. You make a documentary about hip-hop and not include yourself in all your albums that flop. Yeah, you got some dark secrets, I'm here to expose them, and I don't plan to stop until everybody knows them.
He's back!
Yes, indeed he is.
If this is a masterpiece.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, family.
If this was another genre like entertainment news, this would have millions and millions of views. This is a masterpiece. This man.
Man, this is a masterpiece, family. This is a masterpiece. Let me show you how I put it together, family. And again, this is my opinion, family. Don't get so up in arms with my opinion. I mean, this is my opinion. This is totally my opinion of what I see. Now, one of these posts from Yvette Cornell says, we should be more American. What you want me to be? Ugandan, Ghanaian, and many of these immigrants are more super capitalists than rich white people. Give me a break with this nonsense. Family, let me stop right there. What person of African descent or claim to be black would put themselves against other groups of melanated people? How can anybody respect that? Like, you saying you want to be American. Well, you're American by birth regardless. Anybody born here in America is American, whether they like it or not, because it's a status and not a lineage, nor is it anything deep about that. It's a status. That's all it is. Nothing more. And for anyone born here who says they're not American, they just don't understand how this thing works as it relates to the political ideal of this country and the laws that these countries are established under. So why should I be more, we should all be more American? That's an ignorant statement. How can you be more American? Being American is a status by birth. Now listen, I know I'll probably get a bunch of ignorant comments about this, but anybody who doesn't want to be American, all you got to do is go to your local municipality and tell them that you would like to expatriate, and you wouldn't be American no more, because American is a status. You can turn on, you can turn off, but it's a legal status. Press 7 if you understand what I'm saying. You can turn it off if you want to. Don't say you're not. If you get mad at me, don't say you're not American without going through the process, because there is a process. There's a legal process. Same as it's a legal process to become a naturalized citizen here. It's a process. Just go through the process and you won't have to be American. It is what it is. It has nothing to do with skin texture. It has nothing to do with where you descend from. It has nothing to do with how you think. It has nothing to do with anything like that. It's simply a status. So this is why people with a little bit of education can confuse people with a little less education than them when she said we should be more American. That doesn't even make sense. That doesn't even make sense. But this is how you know that the game is being played. There's no such thing as more American. There's no such thing. Either you are or you're not, because it's a status, period. And, you know, I know people getting their feelings because of what has been perpetrated within the borders of America. And I know what's been perpetrated under the flag. But nevertheless, it is what it is. You're under the jurisdiction of the U.S.A. And if you're born here or you've been naturalized here, you're an American. There's no more American or less American. But that is the foolishness that they put out on these airways. What you want me to be? Ugandan? Like, come on. Stop it. That's propaganda. But who puts out propaganda? Can you imagine? Come on, let's be serious. Can you imagine an Italian that lives in America and all they know is America? Can you imagine them saying, we need to be more American? What you want me to be? Sicilian? What you want me to be? Italian? Can you imagine that? You see, this is how you know that a game is being played. This is how you know a game is being played. That a person that was born here and that's all they know. And they're going to say, what you want me to be, Italian? Can you imagine a Chinese person saying that we should be more American? What you want me to be? Huh? You want me to be Chinese? You want me to be, or they name a Providence in China if they have Providences. You get what I'm saying? You would never hear another group of people say that. But when the manipulation is happening with our people, they will say anything. And no one would catch it or say anything on it. Somebody on social media caught this, and I caught it myself. Now, let's get with ADOS, family. Let's do the education on ADOS real quick and just break it down and see what it really is. Enter ADOS, a hashtag created by Yvette Cornell. Now, here we go. Family, this is how we know about the bait and switch. Due to the simple fact that FBA piggybacked off of ADOS as a hashtag. Do you remember the hashtag period? Black Lives Matter. BLM. ADOS came in off of the hashtag period. That moment in time. And the funny thing about that is that the hashtag movement of ADOS, now people think ADOS is an identity. They act like they forget that it literally was simply a hashtag. That's it. They was when Yvette Cornell and Tone created ADOS, they were still calling themselves black. And then somehow it metamorphosed into an identity like black, Negro, what else? African American, Afro American, all these made up terms anyway. And then FBA, FBA is a lineage. Then they say ADOS is a lineage, but they use it like an identity. And nobody is catching it. Hold on, let me see what Costello said. Let me finish my presentation, brother. Let me see what he said. Let me see what Costello said. Costello says, so what's the alternative? Every couple months, all of these black YouTube personalities go on these exposing marathons. It's starting to be counterproductive. KLC, it's not counterproductive. This is not an exposing marathon. I'm telling you that if you want to straighten up something with the conditions of our people, start at home. Stop following hashtag movements and believing that these hashtag movement has an answer for our problem. You have to start locally, KLC. This is not about exposing somebody because I disagree with them. This is about exposing the facts of the matter and show you that if you want to correct the problem that we face as a people, this ain't the way to go. The way to go is outside your front door and organize. This is not the way to go because this is a cash cow, and I'm going to show you in a minute. This is just a cash cow for one person involved. They're going to build the confidence of people, and then they're going to take you straight to the bank. That's it. That's it. That's all I'm saying. That if you're concerned about the plight of quote unquote black people, the only answer is to go outside your front door. There's not a seminar that's going to fix it unless you got the seminar with your neighbor. Press 7 if you understand what I'm saying. Unless you got the seminar with your neighbor within a 5-mile, 10-mile radius, you ain't fixing this problem. Problems are not fixed like that. If you're on the internet and you're talking about reparations, but you bringing people, 5 people from this country, 5 people from this state, 10 people from this state, 5 people from that state, man, that's you just having conversation. That's it. That's it. All politics is local, and they know that. And they know that. They know it. They know it. But they play on the ignorance of people. And I'm here to talk about how they play on the ignorance of people. Exposing marathons. That's what it is. So listen to this. Listen to them. Enter ADOS, a hashtag created by Yvette Cornell, a former Capitol Hill political staffer turned social media blogger. I want to ask you, does it make sense that a person will leave a career on Capitol Hill to be a social media blogger? I'm just saying, people do a lot of wild things now, but does that make sense? Does that make sense? The only way someone would do that if it's the financial rewards are bigger. Ain't that much love in the world. The financial rewards would have to be balanced with the financial rewards that they was formerly receiving. Because people got a family. They got a standard of living. Would a person leave Capitol Hill as a political staffer to become a social media blogger and then build a nonprofit called ADOS? Use your common sense. Nah. That's not logical. That doesn't make sense. I could see you being on Capitol Hill and being a blogger, but leave one to become a blogger? Huh? Let me say this. KLC says, Costello, I think your intent meant well, but it's starting to be redundant, brother. This month it's exposing someone, then next month it's going to be Tariq or Yvette. Well, let me tell you, KLC, this is the time that people like you should just depart the channel, because there's other people that never heard this information before. There's other people that is going to fall victim to this information. There's other people that's going to fall victim to this information that you are already familiar with. So if you have gotten your fill and you're familiar with, then you depart and let those who are not familiar with learn what you already know. It's redundant to you because your life is so empty. You keep coming back here looking for me to give you something else. No, I'm going to keep giving what I've been given because it's people that are still falling victim to the things that you feel as though that you're aware of. So why don't you just depart and let those who have not been exposed to this understanding of what's really going on benefit from it? The moment that I stop, they go rampant, and guess what? More victims are accumulated. So you already got the lesson. Why would you keep going back to school if you already got the diploma? If you got the diploma from 12th grade, don't show up at the bus stop, because at that point, you're looking like something is wrong with you. If you got the 12th grade diploma, don't be at the bus stop. You got to go on now. Because if you're at the bus stop, you're going to be looking like you're waiting for the slow bus. What you doing, KLC Costello? What you doing, family? Come on, we got to do better. And this is how people can play people like you. Maybe not on this go around, but maybe on another go around, because you're not thinking in your best senses. You're making a statement, but you're here listening to me. You're not in your right senses, family. We got to do better. Europeans are making battery-operated spaceships, and you sitting up here saying that this is being redundant. But you're listening to the redundancy. Come on, brother. Come on, brother. With that being said, and then you got Antonio Moore, a former district attorney in Los Angeles, as well as an Emmy-nominated film producer. Now, here we go again. Every time someone comes into our community and claims to be assistant, you know what I mean? Assisting our community, they always come from a political background, an entertainment background in this new era of time. It's always one or the other. Anybody ever notice that? A few years ago, David Banner was talking consciousness. He was on side of the TV. It's crazy to me. I mean, he went back to rap because he found out there wasn't no money in consciousness. but they thought that was the next big thing, and it was until he got infiltrated. But he went back to rap and movies. David Banner ain't want no parts of that. But at the end of the day, the two main infiltrating entities of our people is entertainers and those who worked in politics at some point in time. So it says, and this is a part of it, the duo of Miss Carnell and Mr. Moore, who combined have a following of more than 30,000, and this is when it started. I mean, 30,000 people on Twitter, 114,000 subscribers on their respective YouTube channels, have leveraged their individual popularity and following to help bring topic of reparations into political social media discussions. However, over the past few months, the ADOS hashtag has become a source of division within the reparations community. Now, oh yeah, we do have former gangsters too, but not on social media right now. The ones that get the most influence is those who are entertainers, gangsters turned entertainers, and those who have political backing that we never see. That's right. Comedians, entertainers. Yep, same thing. So look, let's go with it. This was by Talib Kweli, and I support this. The strategy for ADOS to get reparations seems to be attacking famous, mostly black people for two reasons. That's one of the problems that we know that something ain't right. All the attacks on immigrants, especially, they never attack European descendant immigrants. They only attack melanated immigrants. That should be a red flag. First, for not being black and American enough according to the standards set by ADOS, and secondly, for being anti-Trump. Now, we know that they were supporting Trump really hard, but in the beginning, they was totally against Trump, or the leader was. So just like Tariq does, they flip-flop all the time. You know what I mean? Yvette Cornell, partner in the founding for ADOS, is a former Los Angeles County District Attorney. District Attorney. The prosecutor is now trying to get you reparations. Make it make sense. The prosecutor. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying it's not possible, but the prosecutor? Come on, man. All social movements from the grassroots level are literally that, from the grassroots level. Most leaders that spring into moving and advancing people, they literally come from a place where they experience the suffering firsthand and not heard about it third and fourth hand. The prosecutor that is prosecuting those who are met by the suffering of the system now is going to fight for reparation as a blogger. Family, you can't make this up. I'm trying to say it slow. You can't make this up. I'm just saying logically, does it make sense? who spends his free time making YouTube videos that critique filmmaker John Peel for hiring Africans that haven't been born in America as the leads for his movie. ADOS folks online constantly tweet about taking down Ta-Nehisi Coates, Kamala Harris, Cory Booker, Barry Sanders, Roland Martin, Angela Rye. Isn't this the same thing that Tariq Nasheed do? You would think you're talking about Tariq Nasheed here. The same thing. What up, Thurman Smart? And every other prominent public figure critic of Donald Trump. They say that they only go after Democrats because Democrats have taken the black vote for granted. While the statement can be proven true, ADOS fails to realize that the results of the only going after Democrats is handing a free pass to the GOP. When you raise the question, far too many ADOS folks begin to defend Trump and double down on their attacks of all Trump opposition. Family, this is what is going on now. If that is not suspect to you, then you missing the whole point of how we become infiltrated. You're missing the whole point of how we become infiltrated because people are put in places to be influential. How do a person jump up and almost immediately is sitting on Fox News, MSNBC, and all of that? Starting from the ranks. Let's get down to the history of it. Let's get down to the history of it and show you how they work their way up. Show you how they work their way up. Let's read this real quick. The ADOS hashtag is now being spun into an identity label. Do y'all see how the trickery works? It start off as a hashtag. Now it's coming into an identity label. Like I say, Afro-American, and this is where the manipulation starts. This is where the manipulation starts. It start off as a hashtag, and then it metamorphoses to this is your identity. The freedmen tried that with Lord Abba. The freedman is an identity. But they say that it's a lineage, but then when they speak to news, they say, yeah, the ADOS believe, yeah, we ADOS, we not black. Yeah. The FBA believe, yeah, we're not African, we FBAs. And they start spinning it as an identity. And the people that fall for the okie doke, they say, yeah, I'm FBA, I'm not African. And then the divisiveness go on to distract what's really supposed to be, what is really supposed to be being dealt with. And that means that the true path to reparations, the true path to economic security, the true path to liberation is now forgotten because now it's just a big fight about identity. Remember years ago, they had the identity extremists memo out from the FBI. And the identity extremists said they are going to crush all of these identity extremists. And they spoke about Moors, they spoke about Pan-Africanism, they spoke about all these groups. And many people thought that they was going to raid this place and raid that place. They ain't raiding nothing. They're raiding nothing. They're not raiding nothing physically. They're raiding the minds with manipulation, misinformation, and paid people in the midst. That's all they doing. When they said they was going to dismantle black identity extremists, people was expecting some doors to be kicked in. No. They right after that report came out, they started planting people into these spaces. And guess what they started doing? Creating false straw man identities. FBA, ADOS, and then you had them mixed in with the Hebrew, with the Moor, with the Indian. Remember the Indian stuff took off? Everybody was indigenous for like 6 months. Everybody was Native American. They couldn't decide if they was Indian, if they was indigenous, if they was Native American, or if they was Aboriginal. They was fighting over to be any of these terms to say that they wasn't black, that they wasn't African, that they from this land. And they could never agree. But that's how infiltration work. That's how infiltration work. Because as long as y'all fighting over that goofy stuff, then the process of domination can carry on. You follow me? And so there's no different than ADOS. There's no different than ADOS. Dear Democrats, every election is going to look like this forward until you accept that voting for the lesser evil is not an ADOS agenda, nor is it a transformative black agenda. Buckle up. Yvette Cornell really believes that I don't think she believes it because she knows better. She's much more intelligent than what the things come out of her mouth because she has experience in those dark, smoky rooms. She know. But she tells people or make comments as if ADOS have some political leverage, have some people muscle to affect a change in a major way. These are just posts. And I'm going to show you what type of post there is in a minute. Now, that was said that Yvette, and we heard Tariq Nasheed, and this is why I clipped this one. It said that she disrespect Garvey, she disrespect Stokely Carmichael, she disrespect Malcolm X. I never heard Tariq disrespect Malcolm X or Louis Farrakhan because he actually uses FOI for his security, so that wouldn't make sense for him to do that. But the much as he disrespect Pan-Africanism, he might as well disrespect Kwame Nkrumah. Much as he disrespect Pan-Africanism after was in the circles of the thought of Pan-Africanism, much as he disrespect Garvey, he might as well disrespect Kwame Ture. He might as well. You know what I'm saying? But when a person goes low to disrespect the leaders who had been fighting and ultimately gave their life for liberation of the people that they're a part of, and a person have the audacity to disrespect them as opposed to just try to do something off your merits and your points alone, nah. So don't get mad at me now that I'm critiquing the same people that disrespect Malcolm X. Don't get mad at me because I'm critiquing the same people that disrespect Kwame Ture. Why you gonna get mad at me? They disrespect people that gave their life. They disrespect people that had to move out of the country to save their life. That should be a no-go. But this generation is so far gone that they don't even know the imprint that was left on the struggle by people like Garvey. The imprint that was left on the struggle by Kwame. You know what I mean? Now, with that being said, I ask, who is Umar Johnson's current employer? It doesn't exist. Who is Tariq's current employer? It doesn't exist. Who is Yvette Cornell current employer? Family. Why don't people just call it for what it is? Ain't nobody fighting for, there is nobody fighting for reparations. That is only, and I say it clearly, that is only a prop. That is only a prop. People have a cost of living. YouTube don't pay no money. YouTube, anybody that does YouTube, this is why Yvette Cornell has all of those Patreons, have that Patreon channel. YouTube don't pay no money. So they got to have all of them shingdings and charge some bread. Family. Umar, his school is nothing more than a movie prop. That's it. It's nothing more than a movie prop. The Hidden History Museum is nothing more than a movie prop. It's to draw people in. That's it. Now, Yvette, her prop has yet to come. She's going to get one. You watch. If she want to go further up the chain, like a Umar or a Tariq Nasheed, and have her people continue to invest in nothing, she's going to have to get a prop. She's going to have to purchase something, and that's going to be the billboard. She's going to have to. She has reached that point now where she needs a billboard. I'm telling you, because the internet is only going to take you but so far. Because at the point where, just like the guy say, I sound redundant, her followers are going to start jumping off because she sounds redundant. And then the videos like this is going to jump in people algorithms when they want to join, and then they're going to say, hold up, wait a minute. And so that's why these videos must go on, because people are interested in this thing called reparations, that haven't even been into these conversations. And when they start searching for it and these videos come up, now they get to have a critical analysis of what they should and should not be doing. You follow me? Now, let's get an overview of ADOS. On the cups of Black Lives Matter, another hashtag, and in the middle of the International Decade for People of African Descent, a fringe group called American Descendants of Slavery. They seen how much money was in this thing. Did y'all see how much money came out of Black Lives Matter? Huh? ADOS has emerged systematically, fracture black communities, directly attack black unity, Pan-Africanism among the U.S. population. Family, this is how you know that it's not about building anything constructive, because it came out the gate. Breaking up institutions of the mind that was relevant, important, and very instrumental in saving lives to some people. They didn't question the philosophy of Pan-Africanism. They just said, Pan-African is dead. I mean, Pan-Africanism is dead. We ain't going back to Africa. Like, they don't even understand the philosophy of Pan-Africanism to even talk about it. Pan means all. So you can demonstrate Pan-Africanism in America. You don't have to go to Africa to be a part of Pan-Africanism. And that's what they would say. Why? This is how ignorant the argument is. Pan-African is dead. Pan-Africanism dead. I'm not going to Africa. That ain't the concept of Pan-Africanism, that you jump up and run to Africa. That's not it. It's crazy, man. Man, people are crazy. I mean, I heard that when I first started in, I'm like, do they even know what that is? I mean, they act like, and then when they woke up to how Pan-African can be demonstrated separate but together, then they start saying, oh no, I'm not Haitian. I'm not Puerto Rican. I'm not, like, what? You mean tell me that the European Union can work with all European countries, and you mean tell me you ain't got a pot to pee in, and you can't work with people that look like you from the same experience as you that's in another geographical location? Now, you got to be crazy.
This is a masterpiece.
How can one explain to people that the world is built on coalitions? Power is built on coalitions. Press 7 if you understand what I'm saying, family. We are the only people that will fall for the banana in the tailpipe, thinking that power and influence, economic power, is built on coalitions. It's not built on somebody on some island. insane to me that we will fall for this okie doke. That's how we know it's a trick. The way that we know it's a trick, because it puts us on an island unto ourselves. And no one is an island unto themselves. You can still fight for your individual liberation without cutting down other groups of people. Like you don't know enough about their culture to even cut them down, number one. And if one wants to come here to create something better for themselves, then you better lace your boots up. The main slogans are ADOS, tangibles. This was in 2020. Watch this. Tangibles, 2020. And cut the check. Now, this is how you know that's fugazi. There is no group of people that went yelling, cut the check, ever got a check. There's a process. There's a process. You understand what I'm saying? There's a process. There is not no group of people on the planet Earth who has ever just jumped up and said, cut the check, and they got a check. There is a process.
Going to do is like when this country approves reparations, like then I will get in there and talk about how I think this should look. But if you haven't approved it, one of the things that I see happening is people trying to say, well, what is it going to be so that they can hamstring it. No. I'm not doing that at all. I can talk to you about that and put in place what I think it should be after you pass some legislation forward. After you say, after this country shows me that it has a will to institute reparations, then I will get on the board and tell you what I think it should be.
Hold up. Listen one more time. Let me rewind it. Do I need to slow it down? Oh, no, y'all good.
When this country approves reparations, like then I will get in there and talk about how I think this should look.
She says when this country approved reparations. Now, this is a clip, but if you hear the whole clip, she's basically saying that she's going to wait and she's going to talk about reparations, but once they approve it, then she'll really press the gas. She's not going to try to get anything approved. She's not going to, according to this. Listen.
But if you haven't approved it, one of the things I see happening is people trying to say, well, what is it going to be so that they can hamstring it. No. I'm not doing that at all. I can talk to you about that and put in place what I think it should be after you pass some legislation forward.
You see that? So what are all the conferences about? You're waiting on somebody else to put it in place, approve it, and then you want to critique it. You hear that? You hear that? She want them to put it in place. One day, out of the sky, it's going to open and say, okay, reparations, my little slaves. And then she says, I'll get on the board, and then we'll talk about it. Family, do that make sense? I'm asking you. Do that make sense? Who's better? If she worked on Capitol Hill, she know how it worked. I got a bill. Anybody remember that song? On Capitol Hill. Remember that song? That when they was trying to teach children political awareness, they don't do that no more. But that's backwards. Listen to this.
You say, after this country shows me that it has a will to institute reparations, then I will get on the board and tell you what I think it should be.
The country will never show that they have a will for reparations. Thank you so much, Thurman Smart. The country won't show that they have a will for reparations. Pressure is what compels the country to move towards reparations, not behind a Patreon conversation. Come on, man.
I've expressed some very firm ideas on this show, and I have some very firm ideas about what I think reparations look like. But I'm not going to do that until this country has shown me a will for it, because I know this country will use.
So what she's doing is having a talk show. Press 7 if you understand what I'm saying. I said this the other day. She's a vlogger. I said it the other day. She's a vlogger. She's saying, I got the ideas, but I'm just having a talk show right now. I'm just having a vlog show. I'm just a blogger right now. And ain't nothing wrong with that. But don't flip and act like that you're fighting for reparations. You're just a vlogger. That's all. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Just say that. Don't try to convince people that you're fighting for reparations because you yourself said you're not. You're waiting to the United States government show the aptitude and the seriousness about giving reparations, and then you're going to try to sit at the seat, at the table. That's a bit backwards, if I may. That's a bit backwards.
Like, well, it ain't gonna work. No, this means you don't give a damn.
Okay. So how do we, I'm just afraid it'll be another situation like when they had the Freedmen's Bureau and somebody ran off with the money.
Well, I know, like, we're not talking about just a check.
She said they're not talking about just a check. But one of the hashtags is tangibles 2020, cut the check. Tangibles and cut the check. This is what I'm telling you. They make this stuff up as they go along. They make this stuff up as they go along. And when the people ask critical questions, that's when they just start fumbling the ball. We're not just talking about a check. No. The guy asked, what happens if they set up the Freedmen Bureaus and somebody run off with the money? And she said, we're not just talking about a check. No. That is one of the hashtags that is created by you. This is what I'm saying, man. We fall for anything. We fall for anything. Shout out to Boxing Conversation with Reggie Owens. Reggie, when you coming on the show, man, so we can talk about this crazy guy, brother? Reggie got the crazy content about that crazy guy. Anyway. This is what, family, these people are race hustlers. We got to understand. These people are race hustlers. This is why they focus a lot of attention on demonizing melanated immigrations people. People who are melanated who immigrate here. Bro, I hope you can email me let me see. MWTv updates. I want to do some interviews next week. Updates at Gmail. But what I was going to say is that, man, these are race hustlers. These are race hustlers. And they have found a way to make a nice penny, too. They found a way to make a nice penny off of these talking points. Anyway, it goes on to say, the movement relies heavy on right-wing, anti-black, anti-immigrant talking points. And a series of policy positions reliant on persons' ability to produce documentation, or what I'm calling slave papers. In order to verify black native identity, if y'all don't remember when we was talking about the reparations on this channel, I said that one of the things that is going to shut the reparations movement down is trying to get someone to show that they can trace themselves all the way back to a slave plantation. And that was one of the requirements that ADOS and Tariq Nasheed had put to the table, that a person would have to prove that they can trace themselves back to a certain period. And my argument was that for many people, that is going to be impossible. For many people, that's going to be impossible because during the releasing of the physical releasing of slaves, most people did not keep documentation. Most people cannot definitively trace themselves back. And so that is just a red herring that turns into a brick wall. I told people they were stirring the pot with doo-doo. And then they put some season on it, and they think they got a pot of stew. They were stirring the pot with doo-doo. Just throwing anything in the pot. Anything in the pot. And it says, the ADOS movement is often aligned with another group of similar belief called Foundational Black Americans. founded by filmmaker and YouTube personality Tariq Nasheed. So when I told y'all that a lot of these people are really partners, claiming to be against each other, that's a part of the hype. Social media commentary, they need a little bit hype. You follow me? Despite its claim reparations focus, the ADOS movement appears to operate like a Trojan horse. Operates like a Trojan horse to infiltrate the black community, hijack black American identity, and contaminate legitimate causes like the fight for reparations. I'm going to say it again. Despite its claimed reparations focus, the ADOS movement appears to operate like a Trojan horse to infiltrate the black community, hijack black American identity, and contaminate legitimate causes like the fight for reparations. You follow me? Somebody say the audio is janky. Is the audio janky? You think the spirit of ADOS is messing with the audio? Is the audio janky? Is it? I can turn it down to make it right. Is the audio janky? Let me listen to it. Thank you for letting me know. You think the spirit of ADOS is the audio janky? How about now? I just adjusted it. Yeah. Well, anyway. Thank you so much, ADOS, for putting me on point. You should have just left it like that. And now I get to fix it. And if it wasn't fixed, I still just adjusted a little bit. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. ADOS, you are so smart. If the audio was janky and you don't want my message to get out, you should be quiet. Let it stay janky. See how smart they are? See how smart they are? Yeah, but you know what? My camera locked up earlier too, so they could be up in here. They could be up here. Remember, she worked for Capitol Hill. You know what I mean? Remember that. Yeah, remember she worked for Capitol Hill. How do I sound now? Am I all right? If it cut in and out, let me know. All right. If it cut in and out, let me know. All right, let me keep it going. I try to make some adjustments. What we got here? ADOS leaders have a history of working with right-wing media like Newsmax and fake progressive organizations, Progressives for Immigration Reform, that's supported by white supremacist John Tandon. Now, let's be clear. Let me move this down here. Move this out the way. Let's do the math. And shout out to Mo on X. Anyway, Yvette Cornell created ADOS while serving on the board of a white nationalist think tank, Progressive for Immigration Reform. Now, when people first said that about her, she pretty much ignored it and act like it didn't exist until the guy, Haven Bullets, came out with the receipts and busted upside the head, and then she tried to clean it up. But why would any person fighting for reparations be on a white supremacist or white nationalist think tank board for immigration? Now, we know these boards and these organizations try to bring any straggling, quote unquote, black people into their circles to help support with some numbers. But if you really about that, you independently go towards reparations. You don't get on a white nationalist Immigration Reform Board. Tariq Nasheed stole the idea and renamed it FBA, and we already know that. Both terms are trademarked and are 501c3s. Family, anytime, there's nothing wrong with a 501c3, but anytime people are using 501c3s and claiming that they're fighting the government or opposing the government for any reason, you better, it's suspect. It's suspect. It's suspect. You cannot act like that you're fighting one cause against an entity and then you're working with the entity. That doesn't make sense. I'm just saying, just logically, it just doesn't make sense. You follow me? It just doesn't make sense. Now, didn't teach you research. So hold up. Let me bring this back down. Now, so she joined the board with this guy, John, one of the supporters, but she's on the board and he's one of the supporters of the organization, John Hamilton Tandon. American ophthalmologist, white nationalist, and anti-immigration activist. This is where they got all the immigration talking points from. Y'all hear what I'm saying? This is where they got all the immigration talking points from. I'm sorry, hold up one second. None of these talking points are original. We have never, listen, one thing about us, let's be clear. One thing about us as a people, we've always clowned everybody. You know what I mean? We've always clowned everybody. We talked about the musty cab driver in New York. We talked about how people have an accent. We even mimic Jamaican accents, mimic Mexican accents, mimic Puerto Rican accents. They mimic us, the Ebonics talks. We always played like that, joked like that, and even fought over some things like that. But never did we ever act as if we was better than anyone else that was in the same position, in the same condition, just a different geographical location. Now, you had some uppity people there, but by far, most people, we didn't move like that. These immigration talking points are not ours. They're not ours. And people are echoing the racist talking points. All of the GOP talking points, all of the racist immigration talking points that you hear from FBA, that you hear from ADOS, they have origins in the GOP or origins right here with this group and associated groups. Facts. Now, at first, she was saying that she was ignoring it like it wasn't true. And then the receipt came out. That's right, we're going to update you. The receipt came out with her on the board. Her on the board. How do you get on a board of a white extremist group? Oh, you can't see it. My bad. How do you get on a board of a white extremist group? How does that work? Who do you know? Who agrees in the palms? How does this work? I wouldn't any of y'all. What's the first step to get on these groups? I don't think any of us would know. I don't even think the average European would know how to get on a white supremacist group if they just living their life and ain't taking care of their family, doing the things necessary to survive in this crazy world. The average European wouldn't know how to get on these groups. It's coming. You know what I mean? So the name of the group, one second. Crip say, what's the name of the group? The name of the group should be coming up shortly. The name of the group, when she came back and tried to defend it, she said, I joined PFIR to make the same case to them and their network that I'm making to everyone now. Citizenships matter. And ADOS giving our justice claim and contributions priority minority, not just another people of color group. She have to join the board to tell a racist group that she needs to make a case that citizens matter. Fam, you can't make this up. Talk to him, Trump.
In Springfield, they're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats. They're eating.
Family, did you hear what she said? She joined the board, but she says group. She joined the board to inform them, that citizens matters. And ADOS, given our justice claim and contribution to America, the priority minority, not just another people of color group. Reparations 2020. And people went for it. She was trying to defend it hard. She says, lastly, I joined the PFIR board to advocate for the style of politics I'm doing right now, which promotes ADOS justice, claim, and our primacy to other people of color and immigrant groups in general. This is what she told the people. They would maybe you can't see it. We're going to talk about the group PFIR in a minute. This is what she told the people, and the people went for it. To this day, they're not holding her accountable. Till this day. Till this day. You know what I mean? Till this is what I'm saying, family. Is this liberation fighting or not? I told you I'm just giving my observation. I'm just giving my observation, family. That's all I'm doing. Yvette Cornell founded BreakingBad.com and uses the Twitter account below left acknowledge. She is on the board. Now she acknowledges. She is on the board of PFIR. She says it's not a white wing group, but it has been well known as MAGA outfit for some time. Of course you're going to say, but it's already exposed now. It's already exposed now. Let me get you the full name of this. I'll get you the full name in a minute. I'll get you the full name in a minute. So at the end of the day, it's about conferences. You feel what I'm saying? It's about conferences. And that's what people got to understand. You follow me? It's about conferences. When you bring people into these conferences like this, hold up. Let me see if I got the receipt. If I got the receipt. Let me see if I got the receipt real quick. Let me see something real quick. Let me see if I got this receipt. I want to show y'all something. Hold on one second. Bringing people into a conference. Look at the number. Look at the number. To tell them something that could have been told on the internet. But hold up. Give me a second. I want to try to find something real quick. Let me put that right there. And let me see if I can find this piece I want to show you. Because the numbers do matter. All right. The numbers do matter. I want to show you something. Give me 1 second. I've got to pull it up now. She just did another reparations conference to talk about the same thing she talked about on the internet. Well, hold up. And it's the same thing Tariq Nasheed do too when he have his little rallies or what's that, the expo he call it. All of them have these little expo things going on. All of them. Each and every one of them. You know what I mean? But I wanted to show you this. I want to show you this, family. So each and every person there, although, here we go, each and every person there, this is what I'm saying, man. And hey, I'm just saying you can do whatever you feel, do whatever you want, but I'm just saying, is this liberation is the question. You know what I mean? Is this fighting for liberation? Check this out. With every person there, how many people then paid $300 or $400? Now listen, let me tell you something. I get it. It's nothing wrong with paying this type of money if that's what you want to do. But under the auspice that you're going to be marching toward reparations when there is no real reparations in sight. Somebody said the audio going in. But under the auspice with reparations is no real. Oh, I got a delay. Ain't that weird? I just heard on my phone I got a delay. That might be on my phone too. All right, audio is fine. But there is no real reparations in sight. You know what I'm saying? And look, can you imagine? It's nothing wrong with paying this money if you're marching towards reparation. But come on. Thank you, Thurman Smart. Thank you, Starlight. So look at that. Look at this number right there to get in. You get the Summit replay at $49. You get the replay at $49. But to get in, you need $300 or $400. Now, again, family, please don't take this the wrong way. There's nothing wrong if you're sincerely marching towards reparations. You know what I'm saying? But there is no march towards reparations. Imagine $300 and $400 a pop. Why would you have to work on Capitol Hill? Why? What's the point? Hold up. Let me do this. Why work on Capitol Hill? Why? Why work on Capitol Hill? $300 or $400 a pop. Everybody in the same room. This shows you that we as a people are messed up. We messed up, family. We messed up. And every dime that I get, I'm trying to put it towards fixing us in some kind of way, or fix some children or something. But we messed up, family. Listen, you can watch the replay for $49. Family, you're supposed to give the replay away. You're talking about reparations, for God's sakes. You got to pay for the replay. But to get in, come on, man. You got to pay $49 for the replay. Come on, man. How can somebody take this serious? Obviously, we got some people that do take it serious, but this is insanity. Could you imagine people? Can you imagine people in war-stricken countries trying to fight for liberation, trying to charge everyone 5 bowls of soup to hear them talk about how they're going to overcome the oppression? Now, I'm not saying you don't charge them nothing, but $300 and $400 a pop. Now, I can't set your price for you. But the question of this conversation is this about liberation? Is it about reparations? Family, you know it ain't about no reparations, man. It ain't about no reparations. It's intellectual entertainment. I got somebody remind me. I got to trademark that. Intellectual entertainment. That's all it is. They intellectualizing entertainment, or entertaining with intellectual talking points. That's all that's going on here. That's it. That's it. But now look. On one of her posts back in 19, I really don't understand Trump is against reparations now. Now what ADOS gonna do? Trump has always been against reparations. Were we the only ones paying attention? Nobody is shocked. But they still supported and pushed for Trump. Crip said, could you imagine the Panthers of the 60s charging people $50 for a free breakfast program? Insane. This is insanity, man. People think that this is liberation. All of these hashtag groups, FBA, ADOS, and Friedman, was riding for Trump. And Trump clearly said when he was in office, reparations, I don't see it happening. Why would they be riding for Trump? If anything, you should be trying to get in Kamala air. If anything, you should be trying to sit down with Trump and get some leverage going. If anything, just blindly voting for Trump, the lesser of the evils, and claiming that you're fighting for reparations. Man, you can't tell me that this ain't a Trojan horse. You can't tell me that. You cannot convince me in 1,000 years that this is not a setup, a distraction and a redirection of the political power of a group of people. That's all it is. That's all it is. Look at it. These are bloggers. These are bloggers. Minister Farrakhan discusses the Django Unchained. That's Boyce Watkins. Here she go. I graduated from an HBCU. That's what she said. I graduated from an HBCU because I wanted to. It was a choice. I actually left a PWI to attend a HBCU I'd always dreamed of attending. Why do they always attend Howard University? Why is all of the suspect people coming out of Howard University? My Howard University degree was the big prize, not a consolation gift. I chose my people then, I choose them now. Why can't you use that same logic for Kamala? Because all of y'all are compromised in my book. This is the craziest thing. I don't even want to talk about that. She's a vlogger. Family. 9 years ago, she was vlogging with Boyce Watkins. Boyce Watkins, Sonetta are the main entry points. You hear what I say? They are the main entry points for infiltration. If you don't believe it, just pay attention. Just pay attention. If you ain't coming through Sonetta, I mean, they got some other entry points now, but if you ain't coming through Sonetta, you will find out that Boyce Watkins is one of the entry points. Do you follow me? 9 years ago, why is our first black president dismantling historically black colleges? That was a fear tactic. That was a fear tactic. And remember that one of the objectives was to instill fear, disrupt, and dismantle. One of the objectives, supposedly, was to instill fear, disrupt, and dismantle, right? But this is what I have for ADOS that says that she's on a real mission. Let me shrink this down for you. Shrink this down for you. This is what I have for ADOS. Family, answer this for me. If somebody that's been working on Capitol Hill, who have worked on Capitol Hill, and 12 or 13 years ago, they was talking about reparations. 12 years ago. Should the government pay reparations for war on drugs? They were talking about reparations. And there has been not one bill sent to Capitol Hill in almost 13 years from this person talking about reparations. Can you take them serious about reparations? It's not saying that you're just some ragtag person like a Lord Abba and you're talking about freedmen's and you never wrote a bill before. No, this person worked on Capitol Hill, claimed that they're fighting for reparations, talking about reparations for almost 13 years, but not one bill sent and nowhere about reparations. Not locally. She actually said, let's donate and get this bill going. Come on now. Are we that desperate to be acknowledged by someone that really don't have our best interest? Because that's all it is. Absolutely. Crip said, Moorish World TV, she worked on Capitol Hill. Seemed like she would stay there to be closer to influence politicians. But no, she runs a YouTube instead. And that's what I said. I could see her being on Capitol Hill and being a blogger part-time, but leaving Capitol Hill to be a blogger? Nah. Don't work like that. It don't work like that. That's a hard one to swallow. Notice that Michi X, Carnell, and other people who work with Boyce, yes, they all have financial problems with Boyce. Thank you so much, the original people. They all have problem with Boyce. Family, what did the problem stem from? Somebody type in the chat. What is the problem that all the people have with Boyce? Tell me. Can anybody tell me what is the common problem that everyone had with Boyce? I'll wait. What is it? What's the common problem everyone had with Boyce? It took too long. Money. What is this all about, family? What is this all about? This is all about money. It's always been about money. Don't be confused. Each one has a gimmick. Each one has a gimmick. It's always been about money. It's never been about advancing a community. It's never been about advancing a people. It's never been about advancing society and humanity. It's always been about money. This is why they always break up over what? Money. It's like a rap group. Everybody want to be the lead rapper. Everybody want to be the lead singer. And then they want to be paid equal as the creator. Boyce is the creator. They want to be paid equal as him. Boyce ain't paying them. Because it's all about money. But you wasn't crying until you got a name for yourself. Notice that too. Most people will stick around Boyce long enough until they can get the name popping. Then once they get the name popping, they complain about money and then they dip. But according to them, they wouldn't get no money from the jump. Why you ain't dipped from the jump? Because you needed Boyce platform to get yourself in position to get what? Money. That's common. Come on, man. This is critical thinking 101. They stick around with Boyce for years, some of them. And then when they leave, they say, well, I ain't been getting money for years. Or not getting what I've been worth for years. So why you ain't leave all that time? Because you use Boyce to build yourself up so you can go and get your own bag. That's your pay. Vicky Dillard, all of them. Because it's all about money. It's not about advancing anybody. They are media personalities per being bloggers. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. And anybody think it's more than that, they just gonna fall for the okie doke every single time. They just gonna fall for the okie doke every single time. You follow me? Look at this. They had a symposium at Howard University. And you have one of the biggest voices for reparations that is supposed to be alumni from their college. But you read what the people say? Family, make this make sense. One of the biggest voices in 2019 for reparations. The college have a symposium. And look what the people say. Was Howard alumnus Yvette Carnell invited to this? Why is she being left out of this reparations conversation when she is one of the reasons that the fight for reparations has been reignited? Which that is a lie. Family, why would somebody, alma mater, keep them out of a conversation where they are at the front of social media? Family, if you don't think that's suspect, then I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. Because if a person comes out of Howard University and they claim to fame, not from being on Capitol Hill, but being a social media talking head about reparations, and you don't get invited to the college where you graduate, y'all don't find something wrong with that? Y'all don't find nothing wrong with that? And then Starlight said, I've heard her say that Howard doesn't claim me. How strange is that? How strange is that? That Howard don't claim me. But why? How strange is that? Now it gets even more stranger. Why doesn't Howard University claim their own? Why? What has she done? Because in 2019, she had just started getting momentum with reparations talk. Why wouldn't they claim her? We need to find that out. Why? We need to find that out. People don't find that to be suspect. Colleges just don't stop claiming you. It's kind of like When they didn't want to, let me say it like this. Frances Cress Welsing, she was blackballed from Howard University. They never not claimed her. She was blackballed because her race theory concept, they didn't want to go with the faculty didn't want to be in the same space with her race theory concept. Bruh, FBA and ADOS scene, the left-wing Dems was on it. Yeah. Bruh, FBA and ADOS scene, the left-wing Dems was on it. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. I feel you, Timbo. It is what it is. But if she was if you saying that that she didn't go because the left-wing Democrats was on the board of reparations, then now you got to explain she won't sit with her own people with a different philosophy, but she'll sit with a racist white wing organization and be on the board? I'm going to ask you again. She won't sit for a few hours to discuss reparations with people that look like her from the college in which she come from, but she would sit on a racist board legally on the paperwork. That doesn't even make sense. That doesn't even make sense. Thank you so much for the super chat. Timbo Slice, glad to see you in the building. Now, let's wrap this up, family. At the end of the day, this is what the people said. Hold up. Let me see if I can. I want y'all to see this. I want y'all to see this. It says, how is Yvette Cornell, a Howard graduate who is the loudest voice on reparations, not on this panel? And what are the Dream Defenders doing there? They have no reparation platform or focus. This is a sham, especially given the fact that Cornell is a Howard graduate. But that's the question that you're supposed to ask Yvette Cornell. You're supposed to ask her. These people are no different, family. They are no different. They are no different. I'm telling you. They are no different. They have a different approach to how they are going to gatekeep. They have a different approach of how they're going to help opposition to maintain power. But these are the same people. And I keep telling people there's no difference between Trump and Kamala. There's no difference. They just have a different approach to maintain power. That's it. And that power that they maintain is not about you. Listen, family. Yvette is nothing more than a blogger. Listen to this. Now, this is the mic drop because they scrubbed the internet. In recent years, both have been actively engaging in the discussion. We're talking about Boyce and Yvette, right? I want you to read this with me because this is the finale. Thank you, Thurman Smart. This is the finale. Listen to this, family. You got to listen to this. Boyce and her. Listen to this. In recent years, both have been actively engaging in discussion concerning black politics and economics. However, their relationship has become strained due to allegations of fraudulent claims by Yvette Cornell. Fraudulent claims. The dispute between Boyce Watkins and Yvette Cornell began in 2018 when Boyce Watkins criticized Yvette Cornell for her business model. According to Boyce Watkins, Yvette Cornell has been making fraudulent claims to people who donated money to her. This is how the breakup happened. Boyce Watkins claimed that Yvette Cornell had promised to use the donated money to start a business school for African Americans. There it is.
This is a masterpiece.
Listen. Boyce says that all the money that was donated to Yvette Cornell, she promised to create a business school. That would have been the billboard. That would have been the gimmick. Listen, though. However, Watkins alleged that Yvette Cornell had spent the money on personal expenses and failed to deliver on her promise. Now, here is Yvette Cornell. She says Yvette Cornell denied these allegations and stated that Watkins was spreading lies about her. According to Yvette Cornell, she had been working on starting a business school for African Americans, but the project was delayed due to unforeseen circumstances. Where is the bread? It's been delayed since. Huh? It's still delayed? It's still delayed, family? She didn't deny that she was going to start a business school for African Americans. It's still delayed. This is what I'm telling you. There is no difference between her, Tariq, Umar. There's no difference. I'm telling you. People don't understand how this infiltration works. There is a distraction, a diversion, redirection, and a money grab. Maybe not in that order, but that's how it go. And people still buying into some form of liberation that they think is coming from these conversations. Listen to this.
I've always said is that a wound takes longer to heal than it takes to cut, right? That's something that I've always said. So, like this has to be a multi-generational reparations plan. I don't care whether you put in a trust fund. You also have to make us have credits available to go to college because of the wealth we don't have. There's a lot. We need.
This is how people are able to make excuses. She said this has got to be a multiple generational plan. So that way she can never be held accountable. There is no measure that need to be met. That's the hustle. That's the hustle. They ain't got you can't measure it. Now, when Umar said recently that he can't put a date on when the school open because every time he put a date on it, it never comes to fruition. And this is the same thing she's saying. She's saying that this is multi-generational. This is multi-generational. That means that no matter what, don't expect her to march towards a goal.
Lineage therapy, but see the
is what she said.
It's available to go to college because of the wealth we don't have. There's a lot. We need lineage therapy.
She said you need lineage therapy. Family, you need lineage therapy. Family, you can't make this stuff up. Lineage therapy. Can you believe that? You need lineage therapy. Just create a new term out of thin air. I thought I was the only one could do that. Lineage therapy, bro. And guess what? People that listen to that be like, yeah, because we don't know our lineage. You need lineage therapy. Reparations going to pay for lineage therapy. You can't tell me that this is not a hustle, man. Yvette Cornell is not a hustle like Tariq Nasheed. She's a teacher. You are misreading her, brother. No. She says that she is marching towards reparations today. That's what she says. She is not a teacher. What facility does she teach on besides Patreon, Liddell Moore? What facility? Where should she teach? She teaches on the internet. She's as much as a teacher as I am. At least I do teach in the Moorish Science Temple of America when I ain't on the internet. At least I do that. I'm more of a teacher than her. She's a vlogger, Lindell, she's a vlogger. Stop it. 12 years ago, she was vlogging. She's a vlogger. What are you talking about? She's a part of what they call the black media on social media. That's it. Come on now. Liddell, you are not that far gone. You are not that far gone. Liddell, you are not that far gone. Can't be. Liddell, what teacher charges this much to her students? Liddell, hit that cash up for $300. I done taught you enough tonight. I need to raise finance to go and fight this thing in Cali coming soon. Go on, throw me $300-400. Help with this plane ticket, please. Thank you. I done taught more than her. Come on, go on, hit the cash app. Somebody put the cash app in there for Sis Liddell. Go on, hit that. Give me three big ones, 3-4 big ones. I appreciate it. Because if you say she a teacher and she deserved this, I deserve that. Matter of fact, double it up. Double up. I mean, double up.
This is what the UK call a master class.
Double up on it. Come on, Liddell Moore. Come on, Liddell. Let's cut it out. Let's cut that out. We got to do better, Liddell. Liddell, she's just talking online. She's just talking online. That's all she's doing. She's giving out theories and ideas. You can't qualify that stuff that she gives out. If you could qualify it, you would have reparations by now. Thank you so much, Liddell Moore. I'm calling you tomorrow because I got your email too. Listen, if you could qualify what she was teaching, thank you so much, Thurman Smart. If you could qualify what she was teaching, where is the graduation? Where is the goal line? They keep moving the goalposts. This type of teaching, there is no end. There's always going to be moving the goalposts. This is why she's been on YouTube long before me and continues to move the goalposts because they're just talking points of the day, Liddell Moore, that ultimately get you into a seminar, the get rich quick seminar, the get rich from reparations seminar. It's no different than anybody remember those get rich quick seminars? And then you get there, they tell you that it's free, but then when you get there, they want to sell you the book or the package. Press 7, y'all remember them. Anybody fell for that one? Remember, a friend of mine took me to one of them before. Anybody done fell for that one? Anybody ever fall for that one? Oh, come to the seminar. Free house seminar. And then when you get there, the package costs, you got the silver package, gold package, and the platinum package. Anybody not been there? That's all this. This ain't no different than that. The only difference is they just tell you, don't pull up if you ain't got 3 big ones. Don't pull up if you ain't got 400 racks, 400,000. I mean $400. Don't even pull up. They tell you off the break. And people are so caught up that they will actually go and just hear somebody talk. And the problem is, it wouldn't even be a problem if people went to these seminars and listened to people talk. But they never have an exit strategy. Never. When you leave $300 broker. That's all. You leave $300 less than what you had before. And don't have to pay for a couple of them books up in there. You know what I mean? I do events all the time. I'm ready to start doing events all the time. But, man, I ain't selling nobody no dream. Nah, buddy. I ain't selling nobody no dream. Just go and teach. As Liddell Moore said, teach and keep it moving. But don't act like you're fighting for reparations. Don't act like, because that's what the implication is. That's my problem.
But see, the thing is, the first thing that we have to understand is that we don't know enough. It's kind of like what Antonio said. We have to let other people, like Darry and other people, decide like what that number looks like, and then we can decide how it's instituted. But one of the things that I'm not going to do is like when this country.
She said they don't know enough about reparations. So what we talking about? Listen again.
We don't know enough. It's candidates available to go to college because of the wealth we don't have. There's a lot. We need lineage therapy. But see, the thing is, the first thing that we have to understand is that we don't know enough.
Liddell, your teacher said the first thing that you got to understand is that you don't know enough. You mean tell me a college graduate person on the internet for over 13 years, and at this point, it was probably 8 years. You mean tell me she don't know enough about the subject matter? But she's talking about it every day and has been nonstop since 2019? In and out of the conversation for 13 years? And she don't know enough? Okay. That's what you
like what Antonio said. We have to let other people, like Darry and other people, decide like what that number looks like, and then we can decide how it's instituted. But one of the things that I'm not going to do is like when this country approves reparations, like then I will get in there and talk about how I think this should look. But if you haven't approved it, one of the things that I see happening is people trying to say, well, what is it going to be? So that they can hamstring it. No. I'm not doing that at all. I can talk to you about that and put in place what I think it should be after you pass some legislation. As I've always said.
She said
that and put in place what I think it should be after you pass some legislation.
She says she's not going to talk about it where it should be until after you pass some legislation. What is she doing to put legislation in place? This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm trying to tell people. That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. She's waiting for the government to put legislation in place, but appearing to be fighting for reparations. Family, that doesn't make sense, family. That doesn't add up, family. That doesn't add up. Hope y'all leave a comment in the comment section because they will come attack me. Tomorrow they will be in the comment section attacking me. They won't see the video. They won't examine the evidence. And family, I'm only grabbing stuff off of the internet that I've seen and I'm giving commentary to it. Again. They won't watch the video. They will only watch snippets, and then they're going to come with their weird comments. So I need you to come on there and get busy. All right? I need you to come on there and get busy. If you go through the comments and you like to read the comments, the only point that I'm making is I'm not saying that she's not a good commentator. I'm not saying that she's not a good lecturer. I'm saying that she's not fighting for the social betterment of a people. That's right. I'm nervous. Oh, good. Hey, she got trolls like Tariq. Yeah, she got trolls like Tariq. You talking about I sound like I'm nervous. I'm good and nervous. What you talking about? I done bit all my nails off, Paige. You talking about I sound nervous. Now I'm nervous. Shoot. Her and Tariq we defeated Tariq trolls, though. Anybody know that? Man, Tariq trolls used to shut people down. We defeated his trolls. That's right. That's right. Because we know administratively how to move through YouTube and how to correct this stuff when we see it popping up here. Oh, yeah, we defeated Tariq trolls big time. Big time. But her trolls a little bit different. They different. I mean, yeah. They're different. So we got to be prepared. We got to be prepared, Paige. Got to be prepared. But with that being said, family.
If this was another genre like entertainment, news, would have millions and millions of views. This is a masterpiece. This man.
See y'all Saturday night.
I be that more you gon' remember. I'ma be that more you gon' remember.
You already know.
I be that more you gon' remember.
Yeah.
To Harker Bay front line till the law call my number.
Man, let me give a shout out. Truth, Way, and Light, Power, Seer, Goddess Elect. What it do?
To Harker Bay front line till the law call my number. You a friend of the Moors, then you a friend of mine.
Crypto.
Watch my enemies, now hold my
What up, Thurman Smart? Thank you so much for your support. Thank you, Liddell Moore. I'm calling you soon. Thank you for your support. Starlight, thank you for your support. Appreciate you. Timbo Slice, thank you. Thank you all the super chats. I'ma see y'all Saturday night. Tomorrow, I'm chilling. I'm tired. I gotta take a rest. Friday is the holy day for all Muslims all over the world. I got to chill. Yeah, I gotta take a rest. That Naps TV, the original people. Yeah. Man, I appreciate y'all. What up, Paige? Paige about to, man, look, Paige about to be a moderator. Yo, Paige. Yeah. Narco Blings, what it do? Thank you, family, for your support. Dwayne, what's up? Oh, yeah. Appreciate you, family. Thurman Smart, I give you the pay-per-view. I send it to you. Email me. I got you.
But know that I know every move that rock a fast. He ain't my bro. Yeah, you know I ain't slow. I seen it all before.
I got you.
It was all for show. And some got it right now. Don't say that I'm not down. I'm coming for my vast estate. I want my town, my sheriff, my stores, my school, my nation. Sick and tired of the procrastination and debate. Y'all keep hating when love is the savior. You don't love yourself, so you can't love your neighbor. That's why you kill and fight and marry out of your race. If you ain't for Moorish World, then get out of my face.
If this was another genre like entertainment, news, would have millions and millions of views. This is a masterpiece.
I be that more you gon' remember.
This man.
I'ma be that more you gon' remember. That's right. I be that more you gon' remember. To Harker Bay front line till the law call my number. I be that more you gon' remember. I'ma be that more you gon' remember. Oh yeah.
This is a masterpiece. If this was another genre like entertainment, news, would have millions and millions of views. This is a masterpiece. This man.
They're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats. They're eating
I be that more you gon' remember. To Harker Bay front line till the law call my number.
in Springfield. They're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there. And this is what's happening in our